Good afternoon, Musketeers. It's March 31st, 2017. I'm Hannah Michaels.
And I'm Rachel Whalen. This is Xavier News.
From the Xavier University Television Studio, this is Xavier News. Your campus, your region, your world. This is Xavier News.
Yesterday, North Carolina repealed its bathroom bill with the passing of a new bill. The repealed bill, otherwise known as HB 2, modified non-discrimination law to protect biological sex, which is what is stated on a person's birth certificate. The original bill received a great backlash from the LGBTQ+ community for being discriminatory and not covering the complexities of sex and gender. Even with the repeal of HB 2, the new bill still leaves the state in control of regulating bathrooms. North Carolina cities and local governments won't be able to pass their own anti-discrimination laws until December of 2020.
This Wednesday, the Trump administration signed orders undoing many of Obama's climate change policies, and it is all kinds of unpopular, especially to environmental activists. Trump's intentions are to, quote, put an end to the war on coal and job-killing regulations, unquote. The Energy Independence Executive Order will suspend more than half a dozen of measures of Obama's climate change policy and revitalize fossil fuels.
19-year-old St. Ursula graduate Maddie Hart died yesterday after being hit by a car on Sunday morning. Hart was in critical condition at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center and is going to have her organs donated, according to her family. The Cincinnati Police Homicide Unit is investigating her death, believing this could have been an intentional act. A prayer service will be held at St. Ursula Academy today to celebrate Hart's life, and a private service will be held tomorrow for alumni who graduated with Hart.
Award-winning film Hidden Figures will be shown Thursday, April 6th at the Rupe Overlook. A discussion featuring Dr. Janice Walker, Chief of Diversity and Inclusion Officer here at Xavier, will take place afterwards. Dr. Walker will share her perspective on her unique career in the field of mathematics.
The Angel of Death, a serial killer from the 70s and 80s, died in prison yesterday. Donald Harvey was serving multiple life sentences for admittedly killing 37 hospital patients in Ohio and Kentucky while he worked as a nurse's aide. Harvey was found beaten in his cell Tuesday and died yesterday morning at the age of 64. Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dieters, who worked on Harvey's case, said in a statement that he has no compassion for Harvey and that his death may even provide some of the victims' families closure.
Here at Xavier University, the Meatless Monday campaign continues to have an impact on campus. Will Jossert has more of the story.
Two members of the Meatless Monday campaign, Margot and Sam, sat outside the cafeteria on Monday afternoon, taking pledges to go meatless for one day. They talked to willing participants about the benefits of going meatless and signed up over 167 students. They also put all of the students in a drawing to win a Coffee Emporium gift card to help incentivize people.
Have you put your information in there, and we're going to have a drawing for one of the Coffee Emporium gift cards later on this week, so if you guys need one, yeah, so Meatless Monday is an initiative by Xavier Student Sustainability to try and get people to go meatless just one day a week because it has a lot of environmental benefits. The meat industry uses an absurd amount of water, so water conservation is a big deal. Also trying to conserve or cut down on our production of greenhouse gas emissions because livestock also produce a lot of greenhouse gas emissions. But going meatless is also just better for your health, even if you do it just one day a week. So that's kind of our initiative to try and get Xavier to be a greener campus.
But you can harness energy from those things, you can find economical benefits from it, but really right now they don't have a lot of those systems in place, and they're just kind of new technologies that are starting to be introduced into that industry that I think hopefully in the future will allow for some better systems and some less carbon, smaller carbon footprint in that industry overall.
Reporting for Xavier News, I'm Will Jossert.
Thanks, Will. Keep an eye out for more on the Meatless Monday campaign around campus.
Free entertainment, free activities, free food. What else could you ask for? Friday night at Students Activities Council is hosting Muskies After Dark tonight from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the Gallagher Student Center. This event will feature magician Elliot Zimet, famous for being on America's Got Talent and Penn and Teller's Fool Us.
Last night, Xavier Theater opened up another show for the spring season called The Aliens. The story takes place in a coffee shop where two angry young men decide to teach a lonely high schooler everything they know. The Aliens is a play with music about friendship, art, love, and death. Tickets are almost sold out for the weekend, but you can grab some at the box office in Gallagher or head on over to xavier.edu/theater tickets.
Many students came to celebrate their peers and cheer on their friends at the Student Activity Council's annual Xavier's Got Talent, Tuesday night at the Kennedy Auditorium. Our very own Muskies brought their talents to the stage for a great night of fun. Senior Lee Weeks won the crown after singing 2 songs, one of which was the classic flute song in the Titanic.
Don't Tell Anna hosted a special event, Just Brennan, featuring Brennan Kaiser Ball. Take a look at the event with Trace Walker.
Last week, Xavier's improvisation group, Don't Tell Anna, hosted a special show called Just Brennan. The show featured Brennan Kaiser Ball, a Xavier student venturing into the realm of comedy. Students packed into Kennedy Auditorium to watch the event, regardless of it being held on the evening of St. Patrick's Day. I talked to Brennan before the show to learn more about what would be unfolding.
I would say what people can expect is, I don't want to say the unexpected because that would sound very cliche, but that also sounds like something that I would say. So within itself, it's a paradox, and I say all of that wrapped together in very, very old Christmas wrapping paper is what they would expect. No idea, really, which is okay because neither do I.
Brennan entertained the audience with a 75-minute improv routine, which featured vulgar stories, numerous songs, and a plethora of punchlines. The crowd's favorite moments of the nights included a story about the events leading up to Brennan spending time in a juvenile detention center, as well as the time he hid in the trunk of a car in order to sneak into Canada. Overall, it was a great night, as everyone got some laughs and Brennan got the opportunity to practice his craft. After the show, I talked to a member of the audience, asked how he thought Brennan did.
Just knowing Brennan for a long time, I feel like he's just as funny as in person as he is on the stage. He really combines a lot of his life experience into his actual work, and I think that does really well for him because of the background that he has.
Reporting for Xavier News, this is Trace Walker.
All right, that's all from the news desk, people.
We'll be right back with Corey Reish in the Xavier Sports Report.
I'm like gonna fall off the box. Oh man, what an up and down week. A lot has happened since our last sports report, and I hope everyone is okay. This is the Xavier Sports Report, and I'm Corey Reish. After waiting for the postseason to live up to all the preseason hype, The men's basketball season was cut short last Saturday by Gonzaga, 59-83, with Gonzaga moving on to their first Final Four in school history. That one was rough. For a team that was 300th in the country in three-point field goal makes, the Bulldogs were just making shots going 7 for 12 from beyond the arc in the first half. There was the usual effort from the usual crew, with JP leading the way with 18 points. With the end of the season brings a somber time for senior players, and I totally feel you guys. So everyone here at Xavier News just wants to thank Cullen Barr, Alex Bergen, Tim Stainbrook, Rasheed Gatson, and one of Xavier's most important players throughout their tournament run, Malcolm Bernard. We appreciate everything you've done for the basketball program and for the school as well. One last shout out, Edmund Sumner. Ed, we're going to miss you out there, and we could have used you. Sophomore point guard Edmund Sumner declared for the NBA draft Wednesday and will likely hire an agent. Prior to tearing his ACL, Ed was seen as a late first rounder, a point guard with size, length, athleticism who can guard multiple positions. While his departure from Xavier might shock some people due to his injury, his draft stock seems to remain stagnant with significant interest in his potential. So thanks for the last 2 years, Ed. Ed, you are leaving the squad in good hands with Quentin Gooden and incoming top 30 recruit and point guard Paul Scruggs. Now, I don't have a Friday fun fact like our man Paul, who's usually here, but I do offer something else, some NBA talk. Shout out to Dan. It is about time around here. Currently, there's only a couple weeks left in the season, and we are in the midst of one of the most competitive MVP races in league history. One that doesn't even include two-time reigning MVP Stephen Curry. There's currently a non-debatable top four: Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and of course, LeBron James. But for the sake of debate, let's be honest, with the current state of the Cavaliers and the amount of games LeBron has sat out, he's out of the top three discussion for me. He's still the best player in the world, but the MVP is a regular season award. Don't at me. The main debate takes place between Russell Westbrook and James Harden. A conversation as polarizing as the 2016 election. No one is budging. No one is listening. If I had to vote, give me Westbrook. Along with the storyline, KD leaving, his personality, the crazy outfit he wears, the dudes that put just up dumb numbers. I understand we're in a new era of NBA basketball, pace and space and all that, but my man is about to average a triple-double for the first time since 1963, a feat accomplished by Cincinnati legend Oscar Robertson. This past Wednesday, Russell Westbrook put up 57 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists, the most points ever in a triple-double. My producer won't like this, but turn this off right now and go watch the highlights. Right now. This guy is an animal. And lastly, for a team that wasn't supposed to be in the playoff picture, Westbrook and his band of misfits has the Thunder nearly in the top 5 of the Western Conference, or should we call it the more difficult conference. So tell me, Xavier Nation, what else does this guy have to do? Anyway, that's all from the Xavier Sports Report. I'll give everyone some time to recuperate. See you next week, and let's go X.